Hey guys, I'm out in the forest today and I wanted to do a video for you on what I wear into the woods, or the clothing that I wear to combat the harsh winters here in the Northeast. We're going to work our way from the most basic layers all the way to my outer layer. So the first thing we got, these are Rocky brand Ultimate Merino wool socks. These are available at Walmart. In the wintertime, I usually don't wear any other socks besides these when I'm going into the forest. They're usually in the hunters section, and they're very, very good socks. They're 70% merino wool, 26% stretch nylon, 2% polyester, and 2% spandex. And what is so important about that is, for those of you who wear 100% wool socks or a higher content of wool in your socks, they don't keep their shape very well. So I have found that these merino socks here, merino wool socks, Rocky brand from Walmart, hold their shape really well. I wash them and dry them in the washing and dryer machine with no problem. These have lasted up to 2 years now. They're reinforced in the heel and in the toe. So they're just a very good brand of socks. They go up pretty high on your leg. They wick away the sweat really well. And those are the socks I wear into the woods. That is my first, most basic need, is my feet. To keep my feet warm, to wick away the sweat, there's what I wear. Okay guys, to go on top of those merino wool socks, we have the Columbia Bugaboot Plus 3 with Omni-Heat, which are the absolute best winter boots that I have ever owned. They're going on a couple of years now, and they are a tremendous pair of boots, at least for my purposes. I'm sure there's better winter boots, but as far as what I do, whether it's bushcrafting here in the forest or taking Ember to our local woods when I hike with her almost on a daily basis, for the snow and wintertime, these boots have been number one. They're waterproof boots. I mean, they have a combination of leather, nylon, webbing, and metal hardware on the outside. And the metal hardware is right here where the laces get held in. Columbia also has this Omni-Heat reflective lining, they call it. So you can see a little there. But on the inside, you'll see this reflective material. That is their Omni-Heat reflective heating system. On the bottom, they have what they call their Omni-Grip Advanced Traction Rubber Outsole. And I would say this traction's great. Give you a better look. The lacing here I like a lot, because it's not just those little straps that they lace through that I break every time on all hiking boots that I've ever owned. These actually have that metal hardware to hold them in. Strong laces so far. Haven't had a problem with them at all. On their website it says half a pair, so I'm guessing one boot is 23 ounces. Now, that doesn't mean a lot to me, but I will tell you that these are actually pretty lightweight boots, guys. I enjoy wearing these a lot. They're warm, they're waterproof, they're lightweight, the traction is excellent. I trust Columbia a lot. I've had a lot of Columbia's clothing, and those are the winter boots that you'll see me in most of the time in my videos, when I'm hiking, when I'm out and about in the wintertime. The last of the most basic layer, guys, is a scarf and a wool watch cap. The scarf here, just from Kohl's or something like that, I don't know, a department store one. I have a bigger, more heavy-duty wool scarf that I wear on a daily basis. But when I'm hiking or I go into the woods, I like these smaller scarves, because what I do is wrap them around my neck and then I tuck them inside of the outer layers that I'm wearing. So I like these when I'm in the woods to be close to my neck and be able to hold in the heat that way. As far as hats, I love these military watch caps. And you can get those anywhere. You can get them online from Rothco or anyone like that. But I don't think one really makes another better brand. I have a few of them. They're 100% wool. And my dad said he was in the military. He said he used to wear them keeping guard all the time. And I figure if that's what they're for, then they're definitely going to keep me warm when I'm in the forest or when I'm hiking and I'm in constant movement. Those watch guys in the military, they're not constantly moving. They have to be in one spot keeping watch. If it keeps them warm, it'll sure keep me warm, and I can attest to that. It is very warm, and I swear by these things in the wintertime. Okay guys, so we have our wool socks on. We have our Columbia boots on. I have my scarf. I have my wool watch cap. The next layer that goes on in the wintertime is a nice compression layer. The compression pants or the compression shirt doesn't really matter where you get them, at least for me. I just like to have them, that base layer. These are from Amazon, and I have a few pairs of these from China, I believe, so they take a little while for shipping, but they're very comfortable and keep me very warm as a base layer. The shirt is Starter brand, and I believe Starter is Walmart's compression brand. You can get them at Walmart, Target, any of the other department stores, or you could order the shirt online as well. This is just a mix and match. I just grab whatever's in the drawer. So base layer, that is a very important aspect of warmth, and that is the next layer. Socks, Columbia boots, scarf, wool watch cap, base layer. Okay guys, let's talk pants. We're going to need a good pair of pants to go over our base layer here, and these are the LA Police Gear Operator Tactical Pants. These are great. Let me start by saying they're $20.99, and I think they're just as good as any of the other tactical pants that you're going to find for a lot more. The belt looping there is going to hold up to a 1.75 inch belt. So this part up here, these have 8 total pockets, guys. You have these 2 little pockets here in the front with the D-rings above them. Then you have the 2 side pockets. Then you have 2 pockets on the legs here. And then you have 2 back pockets. These side pockets, what I like, let's see if you're going to be able to see that. You can see I have my Rat 2 there. Underneath of that, where I clip that in, you can see this little reinforcement, which I like very much because it keeps you from shredding up your pants when you're taking your knife in and out of there. And then these pockets, which are pretty big, the pockets on the legs, they also have a pass-through on the top. So you could actually, there's your pocket right there. My flashlight slides right in and can clip so I have access to it on the outside, but it has a pass-through where it goes into the pocket. They're very, very good, very good pants, guys. These zippers are YKK, or the zipper, so it's a very good zipper. It's not going to break on you. I've had a couple of other tactical pants where the zipper broke on me in no time. These are 60% cotton and 40% polyester, so I know there's more cotton content in them, but every little bit of synthetic material helps. 6-ounce fabric weight, so it's a pretty heavy-duty fabric. In the knees are double fabriced, so they're doubled over. There's extra strength in the knees, essentially. And I'm on my knees a lot when I'm in the forest, and there's been no problem with those. No sign of wear on them. I have about 3 pairs of these, and there's no sign of wear on any of them. There's a double seat. See if you can see that there. So the seat is also reinforced. They have what's called Gusseted crotch. Gussetted, I believe. Gusseted crotch. And I didn't know what that meant from what I found out, because I'm not a seamstress. From what I found out, it's like a extra piece of triangle or an extra piece of fabric that's sewn in to essentially make the area wider and stronger. And it's used a lot underneath of sleeves on shirts. So it has a gusseted crotch. And I think that's all the features on those, but they're very warm. They're very handy to wear hiking or when I'm bushcrafting here in the forest. They're excellent. Maybe the best part of them is they're only $20.99. So check out LA Police Gear's website and you'll be able to see those. Right there. LA Police Gear Operator Tactical Pants with elastic waistband. Okay guys, we have our wool socks, our Columbia boots, our scarf, our wool watch cap, our base layer, our LA Police Gear Operator Tactical Pants. Now let's talk shirts. Shirts, I am going to buy a lot at Salvation Army or Goodwill. I buy the majority of my shirts and upperwear at those type of stores. So let's talk first. Whenever I am wearing a base layer like this one, the thin base layer, the next layer I like on top of those that feels most comfortable to me is fleece. This fleece hoodie here is one of the warmest pieces of gear that I own. It's just a large, I believe. Size large. I don't even know what brand it is. Stephen Barry's athletic clothing. The reason I don't know is because this cost me about $3 at a thrift store. And it's one of the most warmest pieces of gear that I own. And because it's fleece, it feels great up against my skin. So I'm going to throw this on right now. And it's a hoodie. I'm not a huge fan of hoodies because they do throw my peripheral vision off a little bit. But once I throw this on, it changes everything as far as being cold. This will warm me up immediately. This will prevent the wind a lot of the time. And just do me really well. So this fleece shirt right here serves a lot of purposes and it's very warm. And now that I've thrown it on, I'm already as warm as can be. And it has 2 hand pockets on the side. On top of this is where I start to wear the wool that I own. Did I say $5 for this shirt? I think it was. And that's important because I buy all of my wool, all of the wool that I have, and I have a lot of wool sweaters and wool shirts. I haven't bought any of them from any type of commercial store. They are all from thrift stores, Salvation Army and or Goodwill. And this one is no exception. This is just a simple basic red sweater. Claybrook is the name of it. And you can see on here that 100% wool. That's all I'm looking for. When I'm shopping at Salvation Army, I'm looking for 100% wool. There hasn't been a time that I've gone there that I have not been able to find a wool sweater of some sort. Every time I go with the intention of picking up some wool, I find wool every single time. So depending on the weather, I may throw on this one, I may throw on 2 of them, and I throw them right over this fleece. That way the fleece stays up against my body, and then the wool, which is a little less comfortable the closer it gets to your skin, can go right over that, and this keeps me very, very warm. If you're looking for any type of wool, check out your local Salvation Army or your Goodwill stores. A lot of them aren't pretty. I mean, there's a lot of ugly wool, but if they're 100% wool, they're going to keep you warm, and that's all that matters. These are very, very warm. I don't know what I ever did without wool in the wintertime, actually. So this over the fleece, #1. Great. Okay, before I show you my best thrift store find ever, guys, let me show you my gloves. These are what I wore out here today. Here today in the forest is about 17 degrees when I arrived. So everything I'm showing you that I'm wearing is to be comfortable today. And I'm very active too, you know. You might have seen a lot of my overnighters in the summertime. I don't really make a lot of chairs or places to sit because I'm always up and moving and up and about and working and chopping and splitting. That's all I've been doing today. So this keeps me plenty warm. What I have on here, I'm either hiking or doing those activities. They keep me very warm. I'm not stagnant very often when I'm in the woods. So before I show you something really cool, let me just show you my gloves. Today I have these Under Armour, like winter armor gloves, I think they're called. They're not Under Armour, I'm sorry guys, they're Mechanix. And these are warm enough. You know, none of them are going to be as warm as mittens because they don't keep your fingers together. But through activity, and as long as you're working, these are really good. So I do enjoy these. Another pair of work gloves that I use a lot are Wells Lamont work gloves from Walmart. And I'll usually interchange them when I'm going to be doing stuff in the forest. For other hand warmth, I have the fingerless wool liner gloves, which are very warm as long as you're working, but those get beat up a lot more when I'm doing work in the woods. And I also have the military issue Arctic mittens. So there's a wool liner mitten that goes and then another layer that goes over them. Those are very warm. They're just, when I'm in the woods or even when I'm hiking with Ember and I gotta switch hands with the leash, they're kind of hard to maneuver because I have 2 layers and it just has these 2 fingers. It has a thumb and it has a forefinger because it's for shooting in the military. So it's not as easy to work with those and maneuver those, but they're very warm, especially for shoveling snow, for example, when your hands are just kept in one spot. But for work gloves in the forest, I have these Mechanix winter gloves or Wells Lamont work gloves. Okay guys, last but certainly not least, I want to show you my greatest thrift store find ever. And you may have seen this in some of my other videos, but it's this American Eagle Outfitters coat that cost me $15 at a thrift store. And this is the absolute best coat that I have ever worn for the woods. Once again, there's other types of warmer coats. There's other coats for other purposes that are very warm. As far as what I do, this is the absolute warmest coat for any activities I've done and time that I've spent in the outdoors. It has a, I don't know what this is, furish kind of stuff on there, and it's a high collar. So I can wear this up over my neck, and I'll show you that in a second. Not many pockets. It just has the 2 outside pockets, one there and one on this side. And then it has one inside pocket where I keep my keys, and it buttons, so that snap secures them. And it's not very deep either, so this isn't a very pocket-friendly coat for storing a lot of gear. And the tab on this, I don't know if you'll be able to see this okay, guys, but it has a whole list of what's in it, what it contains. But my favorite part is the shell is 60% wool. It talks about the lining, body closure, and everything else. The shell is 60% wool. So that 60% wool does a great job. So let me throw this on and show you. It was actually a perfect fit when I got it. It was in perfect shape. The zipper, no problem at all. It also has buttons on this side. I think it is missing one button maybe. Or maybe it's not, I have no idea. Yeah, it is, it does. I've never noticed it, but it does have a button to go there, but the buttons aren't my biggest concern with this. It's a little bit bigger, so I like how the sleeves go down on my hands. So when I have my gloves on, they come up over the wrist. Let me show you the collar I was talking about. The collar I can put all the way up and zip this up. And I've been in the woods in minus temperatures. Minus 10 was the latest. Minus 7 maybe. I took Ember for a hike. I had this up, and this is like a scarf, and it holds in all that warm air. So my watch cap, along with this coat, along with those Mechanix gloves, and everything else that I've shown, are perfect. They keep me warm. Once again, guys, remember, it's in combination with a lot of activity I'm doing. I'm very active when I'm in the woods, so I'm always staying warm that way too. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I hope I answered some questions. Some people had asked me questions on what I wear in the wintertime into the woods and when I do bushcrafting in. And this is it. The whole setup for today, which was about 15 degrees, 17 degrees. Knowing that I was going to do bushcrafting and start a fire and get wood together and all of that, this is exactly what I wore, and I was just fine. So thanks for watching, guys, and we will talk to you again down the road. Bye-bye.